Alright, so I'm trying out a recording on this phone again. It's been a while since I uploaded anything because I've had some editing issues, crashes in Sony Vegas and so forth. Hopefully that won't be the case with this video, but we'll see. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hopefully I've found some kind of solution. I actually made a video about the Resident Evil steelbooks, but I'll have to re-record that because it was plagued by a lot of issues. So today I want to talk about the Twilight Zone instead. Picked these up just recently. These are actually imports from the UK. I got all 5 seasons here. Not too cheap, but I really love this show. I've seen just about 2 seasons and I can't wait to see the rest. I'm actually going to restart the show because it was a couple of years ago that I watched it. But the sad thing about these is they look perfect now. They look great. But these are not the original cases that they arrived in. When I got the package from my post office, I noticed that it was a little bit dirty. It looked a little scuffed and I was like, oh, that's kind of worrisome, but I guess as long as the cases are okay, that's fine. Turns out, I think Ace Ventura or someone had been trying to deliver these because they were a fucking mess. They were cracked, they were broken, there was plastic everywhere. They were just in pieces, quite literally in pieces. Luckily, I think the discs were okay. That was the silver lining of the situation. So I figured, alright, you know what? I'm not gonna return these, get these replaced. I'm not gonna go through that whole thing again because, you know, they may as well send another fucking broken bunch. So the thing I did was I just went to a website that sold Blu-ray cases and I bought a set of 5 Blu-ray cases for 5 discs each. So these are the old discs in brand new cases. So that was a much easier, faster solution to my problem. So anyway, that's my rant about that. They've been out for a while, I think. There are a couple of collections that gather all 5 Twilight Zone seasons, but they're only available in the US and Australia and Germany. There's really none in Scandinavia or even in Great Britain. So I saw all 5 of these on a Swedish website, import. Again, not too cheap, but I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get these because I wanted these for so long that I'm thrilled to finally have these. This is the classic Twilight Zone, started in 1959, a long time ago. Very, very classic, well-known American television series. Hailed as one of the best series ever made, and I think it's fantastic. Well ahead of its time. It's hosted by Rod Serling, the gentleman you see there. And the show kind of has a mystery, sci-fi, suspense feel to it, but every single episode is different. Every episode tells a little story. What Twilight Zone is really known for is the fact that it was very mysterious. Part of the fun of the show was that it had some social commentary, but you also tried to always figure out what was actually going on in every episode. Like, someone will wake up in an alternate reality, and it's like, how did they get there? Or are they in the afterlife? Or are they the devil? Or are they God? Or are they kidnapped by aliens? You know, there's always something interesting like that going on. A lot of ghosts and goblins, and deals a lot with war and social commentary, and it was way ahead of its time, really. But done in these very, very clever, interesting, and honestly pretty creepy episodes. I actually find this show, I find a lot of episodes in this series very, very creepy to this day. I've always found black and white old 50s and 60s show almost creepier than modern stuff. I don't know, it's just the way I work, I guess. Anyway, Season 1 remastered and loaded with exclusive bonus features. There are so many bonus features on all of these. Like, I'll just give you an example. Look at that. Vintage stuff, new stuff. There's tons and tons and tons of things. But the real draw for me is the fact that they've remastered these really to the best of their ability. So they look pretty fantastic overall. There are a couple of episodes here and there and a couple of scenes here and there that were shot on video, so they don't really hold up as well. But in general, the show looks fantastic in high definition. So very, very cool. I'm not going to go into detail on all the extras, but that's season 1. And every season also comes with a little episode guide, so you can, keep track of what episodes you watched and what the bonus features are for every episode. And then you've got the 5 discs. I'm so happy I managed to get new cases for these. I think it was like $10 for 5 Blu-ray cases or something, because these were so fucked up, like shattered. Really, really lucked out that the discs seem to be just fine. So yeah, these particular sets are region free, but the ones from the US are not. I'm pretty sure there's a region A locked, so be careful which country you get these from. There's season 2. I started watching this a couple of years ago in standard def, but I only just barely made it through season 2, so I'm just gonna get a refresher course, start off from the start again, all the way from the start, and yeah, check out the whole series. It's a great show, way ahead of its time, very smart, very suspenseful, and it's always really interesting. Always has a lot to say under the surface, or it's just, suspenseful and fun. So that's season 4 here. Tons and tons and tons of bonus features, interviews, audio commentaries, isolated scores, which is really cool, promos, Saturday Night Live clip, the Famous Writers School promo. Like, there are so many things on these, apart from the actual episodes themselves, so that's really cool. And finally, season 5. I really don't have a whole lot to say about this because I haven't watched the entire show, but all I want to say really is that I really recommend checking out the Twilight Zone, especially if you can watch it in high def. It's really great. Don't be frightened by the fact that this is an older show. It's really, I think, you'll find this consistently ranked as, there's Nightmare at 20,000 Feet with William Shatner. I think it's consistently ranked as one of the greatest television shows ever made, so that tells you a lot about this show. I'm always trying to convince my friends to check out the Twilight Zone, and I hope they will. Anyway, very happy to finally have the entire series, the entire classic series. I think there were several revivals of the Twilight Zone. I know there was one in the 80s, mid-80s I think, and then there was one in the early 2000s. I don't think they had the impact of the classic series. Well, frankly, I don't know that much about them. Maybe I should check those out too. But yeah, the classic is the classic. It's the one to watch. That's my look at all 5 seasons of the Twilight Zone. Hopefully you're watching this on YouTube, which means I managed to upload it without any problems. And hope you have a great weekend. Alright, take care of yourselves. Catch you in the next one.